Welcome to our Yin Yoga class. My name is Tammy. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's slide back to our mat. Our theme for our class is healthy knees, and I went through a period of my life having sore knees and different reasons that we may have sore knees and things happen. I did a big fall and I fractured my knees, so then of course it's always going to affect me for the rest of my life. So how do we keep these knees healthy of ours so that we can use them, because we're using our body every single day, walking upstairs. So coming into easy pose for our first pose. You may have your right leg crossed in front of your left leg, or left leg crossed in front of the right now. We'll come into a little twist here. So in easy pose, we sit up. We turn over towards our right side. And we hold here. Now this pose may not work for our knees. We can sit on a chair though, and then do the twist. We can sit on a stool and do the twist. Now let's breathe. We inhale, reach up through our spine, and exhale. Let our shoulders soften. As we turn inwards, we notice our breath. We notice our mind. We notice our body. Now our physical body moves us from one place to the other throughout the day. What a wonderful time to enjoy for ourselves, knowing that you are nourishing your body in this hour of Yin Yoga. Notice your shoulders gently releasing away from your shoulders and from your ears. Releasing to the ground. Coming out of the twist, we sit up and turn our body towards the center. And uncrossing your legs, crossing your legs the opposite way. And we sit up tall again and rotate our body over to the left side. And a little tip of the chin. Your eyes close. Notice again your physical body with this twist, twisting into the back. Shoulders releasing away from your ears. And then sink. The inhale breath, opening up. The exhale breath, letting us release our body, release our body into the ground, letting go. Is this pose comfortable for your knees? Remember, change it to how it will work for you. You may sit up on a higher level, so sitting with your hips higher than the knees to take pressure off the knees. Coming out of the pose, we twist back towards the center and release. Making your way to all fours. Then we put pressure onto our knees in all fours here, seeing if that works for you. And wag your tail. Taking pressure off the wrist by gripping the mat with your finger pads. Sitting back into the heels and then moving forward. Let's get the blood flow going to our knees. 2 more times, sitting back. Last time. Our next pose, butterfly. So coming over to the side of our body and then into butterfly, we'll use our cushions. So one on each side. We place our cushions. Wearing lighter pants so you can see my knees here. My gray pillows. We turn our knees out to the sides and placing both of your feet together, bottom of your feet together. And just maybe a little shift through your body and setting yourself up. And with our inhale breath, we sit up tall. With our exhale breath, let your body release. You may do a fold forward, letting the head hang. With the exhale, let your body settle into the ground a little bit more. Continue to use your breath and inhale, opening up through the body. Exhale breath, letting your body settle. You may also sit on a chair for this pose and add a forward fold. When you add that forward fold, think of coming up and over top of a ball. Letting yourself release into the ground. Coming up and over a ball, we imagine that. So that we are not scrunching into our center too much, but lifting up and over. We have 45 more seconds. Coming out of the pose, very slowly, you start to rise. And then hold to our next pose, Malasana is a squat. Taking your pillows over to the side, so any props that you are using. Now notice if this squat works for you, you can also sit on a chair and have your knees out to the side too, and then sit, just opening up through the knees. This would work for you here too. Notice if it does, that your knees are turned out to the sides, and then you can place one elbow onto the inside of each knee and place your hands to your heart center. See if this works for you, if the squat does not. So the squat would be like this. You can come onto all fours and then step out to your right and to your left. Turning your toes out to the sides and then come into a squat. And then you can place your hands to your heart center and hold, drawing your tailbone down towards the ground. And remember your options. You can also sit on a block. That works really, really good. You can sit on one block, or you can sit on two blocks right here instead of having no support for your bottom, but sitting on a block. Checking in with your knees. Notice your balance. Are you able to close your eyes? It will take more balance to do this. So to help with your balance, when you have your eyes open, everything that you see, picture it in your mind when you close your eyes. And then when you close your eyes, hold that picture. You start to feel certain tensions in other parts of the body, like the lower back. Breathe into those areas where you may find that tightness. Exhale, letting yourself release. Coming out of Malasana, we take our hands forward, make your way back into all fours. Right comes back, left leg comes back. You may wag your tail again. To our next pose is dangling. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog first. And then bend through the knees and then walk your feet to the top of the mat. And let yourself dangle here. So we want to have our feet hip distance apart. So that would be 2 fist distance between your feet. And you let yourself dangle, let yourself go, let your head hang. And when we let our head hang, our arms hang. Your knees can be bent to help take pressure off the back and to also get your back closer to your chest. Your chest closer to your thighs. What am I saying? Notice your balance again. How are your hamstrings here? Hamstrings attaching to the knee. So notice the areas of tightness around, above, below the knee. Coming out of dangling. You may take your hands down. You can step back to downward facing dog, or come back to all fours. And then everybody, all fours. We take our knees out to the sides of the mat and then sitting back. So I curl the toes, sit back to the heels, and then fold forward into child's pose. You may let your forehead rest down to the ground. If this pose does not work for the knees, you can sit on a chair and add the fold forward, or you can lie on your back and tuck the knees in towards the chest. You can also do this on the side, just lying on the side of the body, knees in. With her forehead down to the ground, we breathe. We let ourselves feel grounded. We let ourselves come back to ourselves, knowing the importance of taking care of our health, physical body, mental, spiritual, emotional self. Coming out of this compression for our knees, gentle again, and then coming over to the side of our body, we make our way into Dhanurasana. Dhanurasana, over to our back, one of our favorite poses to do. Take your legs long on your mat. Walk your legs over to the left corner of the mat. Walk your upper body over to the left corner of the mat. Now here, notice if your right hip is lifting off the ground. If so, just come out of the banana shape a little bit. You can bring your arms overhead, hold onto the hands, hold onto the elbows. You can place something underneath the elbows too for support. You can cross your right ankle over top of the left ankle. Now in our banana shape, we close our eyes and feel the stretch coming all along the right side of our body. And we're doing this stretch because it is stretching into your IT band, which attaches from your hip to the knee on the side. So the side of the leg is your IT band. And other wonderful parts of this stretch are all through this right side of the body, into the intercostals, shoulder, chest. And breathe. As soon as we breathe, I want you to feel that change in your body. The inhale breath, we open. Exhale breath, the softening. Inhale, support the strength. Exhale breath, letting go. Although we think of letting go with the exhale breath, your exhale breath is very important for strength too, because you're doing a push out, to let go of everything that does not serve you, a push out to release. Just a little longer to go. Coming out of Banana, crossing ankles, releasing the arms, taking them by the body, side of the body, and then coming back with your upper body towards the center of your mat, lower body towards the center. Into the other side, walking your feet over to right side, upper body over to the right side. Here, you may bring your arms up overhead. Hold on to the hands, hold on to the elbows. Cross your left ankle over top the right ankle. Close your eyes. Stretching into your IT iliotibial band. The other side. Now remember where the stretches all along the left side of the body. So we breathe into that area. Exhale breath. The push. The release. Coming out of banana asana. Crossing ankle. Right ankle. Releasing your arms, upper body coming back. Not sure about you, but that might have been the point in the class where you start to really start to release and let yourself go. Take your legs back towards the center, bending through the right knee and bending through the left knee, and taking your right knee and left knee in towards the chest and hold here. We release into our lower back. Now into the back of the knee, nice little compression here, stretching out the front of the knee. Close your eyes and cradle here. Our legs hang down. We breathe. Coming out of cradle. Into your right knee. Foot down to the floor and left foot down to the floor. Our next pose. Tipping over to the right side to fetal, so you can take your right arm overhead and then roll over to your right side to fetal and make your way up to seated. Then we come into shoelace, using one pillow here, if you like. Shoelace will look like this. We cross the right leg over top of the left knee, and the goal is to stack your knees on top of one another. If it's not accessible to you, of course, it's the progression of the class. Progression with yourself. You can have your left leg bent and then place it over top of the right knee, pillow underneath, and we can hold right here. You can hold on to the knee or to your ankles. You can also do this on the ground. I should have showed you that first. So that you're lying on your back and then crossing the right leg over top of the left knee or over top of the left leg. Tip of the chin. We breathe. Let your exhale breath help you to release your neck. Let your exhale breath help you to release your shoulders. Let your exhale breath help you to release into the hips. Or is the attachment with the knee. Coming out of eagle pose or shoelace, we're uncrossing the left leg from the right. You can windshield wiper your knees side to side, so just take your time coming out and windshield wiper side to side. Into the other side. Pressing your right ankle over top of the left knee. So here's the option. You can place your pillow underneath with the right knee and hold. Or crossing your right leg over top of the left leg with both knees bent. The goal is to have your left knee stacked over top of the right knee. We hold. We hold onto your ankles. We breathe. Now, how are your hips? How's the left side of the pelvis? Are we able to use our exhale breath to help us to push the breath out, let ourselves release, pushing out the tension, pushing out the tightness? Now we make our way out of shoelace. So again, slowly uncrossing our legs from each other. You may add the windshield wiper, knees side to side, so taking the feet wider than the hips. Windshield wiper, knees side to side. Our next pose is swan. I'm going to give you an option for swan. So coming to all fours here, if you'd like to do swan, having a pillow handy, and we place it onto one side of our mat. Come to all fours. I will show you the option in just a moment if this does not work for you. So we step forward with right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, draw the right leg up to the sky, bend through the knee, and then turn your right knee out to the right wrist. Here I place my pillow underneath of my right hip. I add the fold forward, checking in with my knee. Don't have to go completely down to the floor yet. It could be a gradual progression. I can uncurl my toes so the top of my foot rests, and then I can make my way down to the ground a little bit more. An option would be this, lying on your back, crossing your right ankle over top of the left knee, and figure four. You can leave your foot down on the ground too. You can let the foot dangle. So see which one works better for you. Bounce this lovely compression into the knee. Stretch into the right side of the hip. Breathe into those areas. Coming out of sleeping swan, we make our way back. All fours or downward facing dog. If you're on your back, you can switch legs so that your left ankle crossing the right knee. Okay, into downward facing dog. And then three-legged dog, left leg lifts, and then turn your left knee out to the left wrist. Place your pillow underneath of the left hip. Now just set yourself up here. If my shin was parallel to the edge of my mat, that would be a bigger stretch into the left side of my hip. So you can just arrange yourself here to where that you might want to be. So it could be a little bit more forward, or you're having your foot tucked in. It's not as big of a stretch. Just work with that and seeing how you progress. So finding where it's good for you, and then add a full forward. You can make your way down slowly to the ground. Then curl the toes. And our forehead rests. We have the compression into the knee again. Left side of our body working here. Long through the waist. Breathe in and open up. Exhale, let your pelvis settle into the ground a little bit more. We hold this pose for a little bit longer. Here it might be the point that you're starting to release a little bit more into left side of the hip. We are not giving up just yet. Continue to hold. Turn to your breath. Now coming out of Sleeping Swan, making your way back, all fours into Downward Facing Dog. And then coming down, horse, coming over to the side of our body. Now making your way down towards the ground, having whatever you need for Shavasana. So it could be a blanket, something to keep you warm. We roll over to our back. First, placing your hands down towards the side of the body, knees are bent, and then we draw our pelvis up towards the sky. We hold here. We are strong through our lower body, strong through our upper body. Continue to hold. And then draw your pelvis down. And then draw the right, left knee into the chest. We hold. Your legs up towards the sky. And point. Flex the feet. Knees back into the chest. Hold again. Right foot, left foot down to the ground. Now you can be here for Shavasana. You could be sitting up, knees bent, or legs straight. Remember, you could use the wall to place your legs against you for legs up the wall. In Shavasana, you're nice and warm, so if you have a blanket, you can put it over top of the body. You turn your palms up towards the sky. So we get ourselves ready. Eyes are closed. Eye sockets feel heavy. Lips part. And with our lips parting, our facial features soften. Your breath soften. Your shoulders soften with your exhale breath. Your limbs give way. Sensing your knees. Feeling warmth around your knees. And then let them soften. Imagine a day with the sun out, feeling the heat on your body, letting the heat from the sun warm you up. Letting yourself drift. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back. Notice your breath. Maybe a sigh. Shift through the body. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. If you're lying on your back, excuse me, that'll wake you up. You can bend through the knees and roll over to your right side to fetal. So taking the right arm overhead and then roll over to your right side to fetal. And then making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Now you can sit cross-legged. You can sit on a chair. You can sit on a block or 2 blocks. And I'm going to do it this way with 2 blocks to take pressure off the knees so that my hips are higher than my knees. And placing your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Your bodies feel settled. And opening up our eyes. Knowing that this was wonderful for not only our knees to maintain those healthy knees, but for our full body, mind and body. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice. Namaste.